All right, here we go, folks. We got ourselves a new, fresh series. Spawning down to the bottom left for Basilisk. It is Serral. In the red. And his opponent spawning up the top right. His opponent from his team. As well for Basilisk, it is Trigger. In the blue. Trigger, an extremely good up-and-coming player. Magnificent. Very strong. Is going to have a really difficult time. Because Serral, well, no matter pretty much who you are, there are some people who are real outliers. But I think they're the ones who are the crazy ones. I think they're just wrong when they say this. And what I'm talking about is the GOAT discussion. I'm not going to say Serral is the greatest of all time. I think StarCraft 2 is a little bit too volatile to definitively say that there's a GOAT. A lot of people are going to say Maru in the comments. A lot of people are going to say Rogue. A lot of people are going to say Serral. But I think you would be out of your skull to say that Serral is not in the conversation and he is not a front runner. I don't think it matters. That's the thing, is I really don't think it matters. It's something that people really get wrapped up in for some reason. And I get it. Everyone has their players that they're fans of. You know, we've got it in every sport. People talk about Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. Hockey, I think pretty much everyone says it's Gretzky. But I'm sure there'll be people who say, you know, it's going to be McDavid. I'm sure people will say it's Crosby. I'm pretty sure it's Gretzky. It's definitely Gretzky. Like, and I don't think it's ever going to be challenged, really. Baseball, that's an interesting one because the game has changed so much over time. I don't want to get too much into sports, but for me, it's Shohei Ohtani, and I don't even care. I don't even care that he's only like 4 years into his career. He's the GOAT. He's doing something that no one else has ever done since Babe Ruth, since literally 100 years. Anyways, game is actually starting. First Adept going to shade forward onto the right side. Trigger. Oh, can he grab a Ling? Yes, he can. Nice job. Oh, he's going to get a second Ling as well. Oh, and actually, he is going to get the shot early enough to force the Spore Crawler morph. Nice job. Serral, meanwhile. Oh, it's going to be Void Ray first. Now, I wonder if Trigger... Oh, he's going to tag the Watchtower. He's going to mark the Overlord's position. I wouldn't mind. If he knew both Overlords were here, I wouldn't mind him going right across the map with the Void Ray first, and then kind of just marking the position of the second Overlord. For me, it's always worth it to go Void if you get a quick... if you kill two Overlords. Ooh, Serral building a couple of extra Overlords. Does he pull back these two? He's a little late to pull back this one on the right, but it is very close to creep, and there's two Queens already on this third base, soon to be a third. Lings of Serral. Well, they're going to force the Void Ray to stay at home. That's the other thing, is you have to commit the Void Ray across the map, and that can leave your third base a little bit exposed. Speaking of exposed, we see the Adepts shading separately. Serral going to be able to grab 1 and 2. That's weird. The Void Ray is casting 3 shadows, right? Are there 3 suns on this planet? How is it an ice planet if there are 3 suns? Also, there can't be 3 suns, right? Gravity would be destroyed. Why did it cast 3 shadows? That doesn't matter at all. The game is so much more important. But I'm up in arms. Somebody call Ali. Ali Obbs. Oh, Oracle not able to get the cancel. He did have that Oracle on patrol. Very unfortunate that he doesn't get the cancel. Well, kill on the drone, in fact. And will not get the cancel here either. Ooh, Oracle has to pull back. Good job, Trigger. Doesn't lose it. He did go Void Ray into double Oracle and a Sentry, as well as the +1 weapons, robotics facility. And now the Twilight Council. A little bit strange on the timing. I'm going to have physics professors in the chat teaching me that, no, Steadfast, it's actually possible to have 6 suns in a solar system. I'm going to be like, yeah, you're right. I don't know science. I was just guessing. I was just guessing something to do with gravity. Man, there is so much space on the left side of altitude. Ow, actually, when you fully zoom out. Look at these. This is a nice little mountain range. You only see it when you zoom fully. Oh, man, look at that. You know, altitude looks like a pretty peaceful place. Oh, well, I don't know about this tundra. That looks a little bit depressing. Ooh, oh, did he scout the spire? Did he scout the spire? No, he missed it. Oh, that's a big deal right there. Serral going heavy Muta, almost certainly heavy Muta commitment. No roach speed. Oh, there it is. But +1 melee. And he is already going to be able to... Well, he's already got so much creep, actually, too. Ooh, Lings are going to jump these Stalkers on the top side. That's huge. Recall coming on in. Oh, he barely saves all 4. Good job from... Oh, wow. And great warping from Trigger as well. Really turns what was a small disaster of a situation into not that bad of one. Serral, he is going to be so happy to see the quick robotics facility, or quick robotics bay, I should say, while he's going for these mutas. And I want to see mass muta out of Serral. This is a game, and this is a map where mass muta is so good. He is already up at 8 gases. He didn't get them right away. Trigger. Oh, he's going to get pushed back. If he can't get a revelation on the mutas as they pop out, that's going to be unfortunate. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, he goes over top of the queen that was revelated. But Ling's in the middle. They will jump these Stalkers. This time there is no recall, and +1 melee is done. That's going to be a few Stalkers going down already. More Zealots warping in. How much anti-air do we have? 2 Stalkers. 2 Stalkers, and are there any cannons in the main base? No. If the mutas just go into the main base, I think we might actually just see an instant tap out. Trigger is a pretty tenacious player. Oh, look at this. The Changeling even looking around, seeing, hey, do you have any cannons? Cannon starts up. I wouldn't blame him if it was an instant GG. Phoenix production is going to start. Probes are going to get beat down. But the Colossus, funnily enough, actually tanking for them very effectively. Recall, of course, is on cooldown. Changeling still in the main base. Serral does so many things well. And, I mean, Trigger, he's had some good crisis management. There's another Changeling. God damn, Serral's vision is... He has so much vision of his opponent's bases with this. And 15 probes have already fallen. This is a very spread out setup. It is that mass muta play. Oh, Trigger going to lose one of the Phoenixes. There's so much to pay attention to in these situations, but you cannot afford to lose these Phoenixes. Serral's already on 21 mutas. Lings and mutas, actually, the reinforcing mutas, are going to be able to smash the shield battery. Good defense here from Trigger to prevent the Lings from getting through. And honestly, Trigger is dealing with this amazingly well, given the situation. But Serral is, I mean, he's just got so much. He's got so much. He caught his opponent so unprepared for this. Oh, and now a bit of an Artosis pylon here. Going to depower the Stargate. And I think that's just going to be all she wrote. I really, really have to commend Trigger on this defense. Like, this is absolutely making... This is alchemy. This is water into gold, platinum, and diamonds. But, unfortunately, he doesn't need precious metals. He needs anti-air. And he just doesn't have it. And now, Trigger will be forced to tap out. There's going to be a counterattack on the other side of the map. It got smashed. I didn't even bother looking at it. I probably should have. But Serral will take game number 1. Very well played by Serral. He goes up 1-0. All right, here we go. Spawning down in the bottom right for Basilisk. It is Trigger. In the blue. And his opponent. Spawning up in the top left. Also for Basilisk. Coming in with the mass muta play. It is Serral. In the red. Man, I really want to... Like, I know I've already, you know, given Serral a lot of kudos for that game, and I've already given Trigger a lot of kudos, but I really want to underline the fact that Serral, or pardon me, that Trigger played, like, extremely well against those mutas with no information. They jumped him so hard And he took way less damage than he should have from the start. And that wasn't Serral messing up. That was Trigger defending. The only thing is Serral, in theory, could have, like, targeted probes better with the first line of mutas. But that is an unrealistic expectation to kind of, like, moving shot the probes with the mutas. Mutas just don't work that well. It's always better to just, like, A move, click, A move, click, A move, click, just stutter step them. So the Colossus being able to tank, and the fact that Trigger was able to get that Colossus to tank against the first mutas was already nice. And just everything about the defense from Trigger was about as good as you could ever ask for. And it just goes to show, like, if that Spire had been scouted, and it was very close to being scouted by the first hallucinated Phoenix, that game could have been drastically different. Now, at the same time, Serral saw what his opponent's response was. So if he sees, you know, cannons are up in every mineral line, he sees Phoenix production has kicked off, because he had those changelings. If he sees that, he does things differently. Now, okay, we got to talk about this game, because something interesting has happened. It was a gas first, no scout from Trigger, and Serral went for a 17 pool, so he is going to get in with 2 lings. Now, if this were a 6-ling opener, this would have actually been so nasty. If it were a 12 pool, the game would be over. But Trigger gets away with a very greedy opener. Good micro here on the first probe. Serral, forcing a lot of lost mining time, and he will get a full scout. These lings still pay for themselves. Serral obviously is not going to be able to escape with this ling, but he might be able to kind of skirt around and be a little bit more of a nuisance. Trigger, yeah, he's just going to chase it down. Serral was never going to escape with that ling, I don't think. Behind this, ling speed on the way. I do like that Serral kind of tucked the spawning pool up in the top left of the base, just in case Trigger had probe scouted. It would have been like the longest, the least likely to be scouted early. But obviously that didn't come into play at all. We do see, second Overlord is pretty far forward once again from Serral, and Trigger does build the Void Ray first. Honestly, like, this is a build order advantage for Trigger. Yeah, definitely a build order advantage for Trigger. But Serral is going to be okay seeding a very small build order advantage in order to get an early scout. I think that was mostly Serral's objective with this, was just to get the early scout. I don't think he was going for anything totally wild with this. Trigger does send the first Void Ray across the map and will actually find... Oh, no, keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, well, I can't blame him for going after the lings, but he could have found 2 Void Rays maybe, or 2 Overlords maybe. Instead, he is going to run into 3 Queens at the third and won't get any value initially. Oh, Fleet Beacon. It gets put underneath the Overlord of Serral.
Tumor under attack.
Oh, that's beyond depressing. Because this is not a build. It's a stable build, but it is not a build that you want to have scouted this early. Absolutely not. Now, I wonder if Serral's going to try and do something against this. I think we're going to see Trigger going for what Classic went for, which is the very quick Blink Storm follow-through. But Serral might just be able to hit like a Roach Corruptor timing against this and get a lot done. Since he scouted this so early, usually it's Charge Lots on the follow-through, Charge Lot Archon. But Classic has pioneered this new build. Now, of course, Serral behind this, he's just going to pump drones. Not going to pump units. Going to pump drones super hard. Trigger has knocked out a bit of creep, but not a ton. He's going to send this Void Ray up to the top side. And will go for the cancel. But with all the creep already here, and the pretty good number of queens that Serral has, I say pretty good. 7 queens is a lot. And, of course, Serral will get into a very fast Spire. That is going to be great against the carrier play. Trigger's second Stargate was not particularly fast either. Oh, Void Ray. Oh, it's going to find itself an Overlord. That's actually going to supply block Serral. Oh, he does have a Transfuse. Nope, but not in position. Yeah, that will supply block Serral. That's pretty nice. However, oh, hang on, Oracle. Grabbed 2 drones in the main base. Pretty nice. Oh, but he loses it. Nice job with the positioning from Serral. That extra bit of creep that he has. He is able to get the find. Now, seeing 2 Stalkers right here, I think that's enough of a tell for Serral to know that this is going to be the Blink Storm follow-through. First 2 carriers are out. No +1 air weapons, no additional carriers just yet. Overseer sees the Templar Archives instantly. He feels like he doesn't even need to go all the way in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's basically just confirmed what this is. Carriers are going to get in on top of the Queens, but the Queens also getting it on top of the carriers. Trigger. Well, this is one of those situations where the change to Interceptor attack priority is actually better for the Protoss. The carriers soaked a bunch of damage. It was pretty much all shields, only 8 hull. That means the Interceptor stayed alive a lot longer than usual. However, he still lost 11 Interceptors and only forced out transfuses. 6 transfuses. Sure, that's... Oh, wait, what? Spire? Mutas! I didn't even look at the production tab. I just assumed it was going to be Corruptors, but Trigger lost the Oracle. It's only going to be those 2 carriers. There's like no anti-air. This is actually just going to be amazing for Serral. Blink is going to complete very soon, and it will be done in time for this. Normally, I'd say this was a terrible move, but with the Oracle going down, the chance of scouting is so low. We're going to see so many probes trigger with an instant reaction time in the main base. He's still going to lose so many more, and this time, there is not a Colossus to tank, which means this probe line will eat the full brunt of these mutas. Trigger, good target fire. Well, actually, I mean, he gets 1 muta. Serral instantly targeting down this... Wait, where are the carriers? Oh, did they recall into the main... No, they just flew into the main base. Carriers trying to come back up to the 4th base. Looks like the High Templar... Yeah, he lost 1. The other one was forced to morph into an Archon, which then dies very quickly. Yeah, this is over. It's 200 supply to 92. This game is completely over. This is a Luca D supply moment. Trigger getting out mind gamed so hard by his teammate. The execution from Trigger was honestly pretty rock solid. Battery overcharge will keep the carrier alive. Mutas have kind of laughable DPS against carriers specifically, but there's enough of them that they're still going to take it down. And they might even get the second one. No, it will survive. But Nexus goes down. There's so many Queens and so much creep. Serral is just going to run into the natural. He's still maxed out. He's even got a little bit of money being built up in the bank. Bane speed +1 flyer, 2-1 upgrades. Even if Trigger was on 7 carriers right now, I would still not be... Actually, no, 7 carriers would be a lot. I wouldn't be okay with his position. Well, even then, no, even if it was 7 carriers, this wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for Serral. But of course, it's not. It's 1 carrier. We might see the mythological, the rare, corrosive bio killing a carrier. Oh, Queen's accidentally shooting that 1 Queen, but Transfuse going to save it. More importantly, actually just not attacking it anymore saves it. Chargelot's going to try their darndest, but they're not going to be enough. Roach Ravager is going to gut this 3rd base. Trigger's been dead for a while. He's trying to fight on. But I mean, Serral is not going to lose a game from this position ever. I would actually put this at a 0.0% win percentage. You'd have to go deep into decimal points to find a world where Trigger wins this one. And Serral, he is just a monster. And he will take the game and the series. If you enjoyed that video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the flip side.